Howdy, y'all. Welcome to EDUU 609, Seminar on Curriculum Design. I am your intrepid professor, Dr. Kimberly Green. Please, I go by Dr. K, your royal awesomeness. Please don't call me Dr. Green unless you're in trouble. Excuse me. Class, because our class actually begins on a Tuesday, it's a little bizarre, but the shell opens on Thursday, and then class officially begins on Tuesday. Let's please be clear, a Brandman week is Monday through Sunday. So each new week, except for our first one, because of the Labor Day holiday, every week, new week begins on Monday, unless otherwise noted. All assignments are due at the end of that particular week, which is 11:59 p.m. that Sunday night. The clock strikes 12 and it turns into the next week. There are a couple of things that have earlier deadlines, and we'll get to that in a minute. But first, let me please just take a brief moment to introduce myself. This is the start of my 9th year with Brandman University, which, as I said to someone today, means that I'm old enough that there's no longer a warranty, but I'm not yet vintage. So, began with Brandman, was originally hired in Chapman as an assistant professor, ranked up to associate. My doctorate is in educational technology from Pepperdine University. I've taught everything. I've taught mommy and me. I've taught pre-K, kindergarten. I have multiple teaching credentials for the little bunnies all the way up to the big kids. Taught high school. I was a studio teacher for several years, so I taught everybody. And taught elementary school in Malibu and Agora Hills and in Chicago. I'm originally from Sioux City, Iowa, but now I live here in Santa Monica with my husband and our 7-year-old son. And wow, if I had that kid's energy. Okay, so I'm insanely busy, as I know you are. So let me please first tell you, there is no busy work in this class. Everything that is here in this class is very full. It is intense, but everything is purposeful. This course is a constructivist-oriented course. It is based upon all the principles that Brandman truly stands for as an educational institution. The threaded discussions are incredibly important, and that is one of those rubrics you should print out. Absolutely, please. Your first post is always due on the Wednesday of that week. By midnight on Wednesday, your first post must be posted. Minimum of 3 posts a week. The first one due by Wednesday, that one is pretty much focused on the initial prompt that is shared. But you're always asked to bring your own questions. In fact, again, look at the rubric. You are expected to add at the very least one rich, meaningful, discussion-oriented question. Not trying just to, deconstruct the content knowledge, but application-oriented or connections to the real world. Curriculum is never designed in a vacuum. Look at the rubric. You are expected to pull in outside resources. It could be a link to a professional organization. It could be a news story. It could be a video. It could be anything that you feel or you're curious. Do you guys see a connection here between this video and what we're talking about? I think there might be. I'm not really sure. The discussion boards are about inquiry and crafting your own understanding through the process of negotiating meaning. I really am a social constructivist, sorry. I walk the talk, and that's a phrase you're going to hear a lot in this class. Walking the talk. So we will meet as a group twice. Once in week 2 and once in week 6. Those dates are already posted for you. You've got 2 different times you can sign up. Meeting A is a Thursday night, and meeting B is early Sunday evening. So you must attend one meeting in week 2 and one meeting in week 6. Non-negotiable. If there's a problem, talk to me right away. You don't want to do the makeup assignment. You want to come to the meetings. Trust me. So I didn't tell you that much about me. My bio's there. I drink a lot of coffee. I do answer my emails as soon as humanly possible. Even an ADD insomniac like myself does occasionally sleep. But the iPhone is never far from my hip. If you email me and you do not get a response within 48 hours, I didn't get the email. And there's someone in this class, actually there's a couple people in this class who I've worked with in other classes, and they can stand and, yes, she's telling the truth. If you haven't gotten a response in 48 hours, I didn't get the email. It happens. We are a community of practice here. We work together, we support each other. In the discussion boards, in the different work that we do, there's collaboration, but don't be afraid. We are all peers, whether you are just getting your credential or you've been teaching since God invented dirt and you're coming back for your master's. We are all peers. We're all educators, and I take that seriously. What does that mean? We have a responsibility to each other. Don't just nod and say, nice, that's nice. And you know what? I won't do that to you either. I give a lot of feedback. It's purposeful, it's meaningful. It takes an inordinate amount of my time, especially right now. This bad boy has been on my arm. I broke my arm June 16th. And it's still not healed. So even with the cast on my arm, rubrics, comments, emails, you will get a lot of feedback from me. I beg you from the bottom of my itty-bitty nerdy heart, please take it seriously. It is insanely frustrating to go so far out of my way to give you guys feedback, to try and truly role model the best practices from research, from my own experience, all of that. And it just kind of sits there in the grade center. Nobody looks at it. Nobody it's please don't go there. Do not mistake the fact that I like to joke and I will send you emails with links to different silly music. I am not glib about this. I take this very, very seriously, but I like to have fun because, you get one go around, so might as well enjoy it. You will hear from me a lot. And again, I will answer your emails within 48 hours. And I set aside Mondays and Tuesdays for getting grading, so you have that feedback to work with going forward. Please, again, in the discussion boards, in the student forums, talk to each other. You can use each other as critical friends. Again, it's best practices. I love this course. I originally designed it. Then I took a couple years off from teaching and created Brandman Center for Instructional Innovation. And now I'm back to full-time teaching. And this and 607, honestly, are two of my favorite courses to teach. And so, although I also created the new MAE emphasis in teaching the 21st century learners, so right now that's my baby as well. And there you are. So let's do a quick walkthrough of the course. I am very genuine with my expectations. I'm insanely transparent, which means I expect the same from you. If something is going to be late, the policy is work will not be accepted after the due date unless you clear it with me first and get approval. Now we're grown-ups. Let's talk to each other, and emergencies happen. But you have to be present and engaged throughout this course. This is process-oriented. I have 8 weeks to change your head, your heart, and your hands. The affective, the behavioral, and the cognitive. That is not a lot of time. This is a teaching environment, not a training one. I am not preparing you to go out and replicate everything the same way I do it. You have to take all of this delicious information and research and ideas and best practices and reading and this thing and that, and you have to own it in a fashion that when you go out in the real world, despite being pulled in 12,000 different directions and people going, nah, don't bother, it's a waste of time, or blah, blah, I have got to have faith that you own all of this delicious learning and the understanding from this course so you're able to apply it even when you're stressed, even when you're tired, even when you haven't had a latte. Oh, Paris slipped out. But there it is. So again, don't mistake my good mood for glibness. I take this all very seriously, and I am thrilled to be your professor. So let's take a look at the course. Let's go to the videotape. Thanks. So whenever we land in the class, we always start on the announcements page. I post a lot of announcements. Please always take a look. Then please, when you log in, go through the Start Here button. This is the left-hand nav bar. Just getting that out there. Start with Start Here. Yes, it is relatively generic, as in it's information for the whole of the university and School of Ed, but please go through it. There have been some updates to our software very recently, wikis and journals in particular, and there's just, it's good practice. See what's there. Even if you go through it every term, things do change. After Start Here, course information. Very, very, very important that you spend a decent amount of time with the information posted for you. There's my bio. That's where you're getting this video, this fabulous video. There's the late work policy. The course at a glance will be posted here. I'm just doing a couple last minute spit and polish. The discussion board rubric will be posted here. Again, this is a huge part of this course. Here are the live synchronous meetings, again, week 2 and week 6. In week 5, you will have your data presentation where you will meet with a peer. You can either use Adobe Connect and meet virtually, or you can share your PowerPoints that you're going to be presenting using Blackboard. There's a wiki there for you to post them. You can do it over the telephone. That's fine. So all of that will be there. Now, I do want to point out, look, Start Here, course information, live meeting signups. In that button is where we have the week 2 and the week 6 signups. They are on wikis, all right? So to go into a wiki, you simply click the view, the hot link, view. Okay, so the live meeting signups, let's go back to course information. There's a couple important things. All right, scroll down. Grading, points, and structure. Well, let's do the blog first. Starting in week 2, you have a weekly blog topic. Where are your blogs? Well, because we use them every week, they're not embedded in a single week. Right there, journal blogs. Why are they called journal blogs instead of journals or blogs? Because it's built in a wiki. And every single week, along with posting your own personal thoughts on the prompt that is shared, you need to go read the blog post of a peer and leave a comment down below in the comment section. We are a community of practice. We give feedback to our peers. We share our thoughts and our ideas. So it's kind of an amalgamation of a blog, which is you being able to share your thoughts, but it's also journaling because it's reflection-based and it gives you the opportunity to get feedback. So that's why we kind of wiffle-waffled on the name there. Grading structure. Live meetings, each one is worth 21 points for a total of 42. Our weekly threaded discussions are worth 20 points apiece. In week 2, you have 2 threaded discussions. Those 2 threaded discussions are graded independently of each other. So in total, there are 8 threaded discussions in this course. There's the points. Weeks 2 through 8, you have your blog. Each blog is worth 10 points, so for a total of 70. And then it breaks on down. You see, we have 2 signature assignments for this course. Because it is so crucial, such an important course, there are 2 signature assignments. The total of this course adds up to 1,400 points. Major assignment rubrics are posted for you here. They're also in the individual weeks with the instructions, but to ensure that there is one clear, easy, you don't have to go searching, you know exactly where they are. These are the major assignments. These are summative assessments. Everything else that gets graded in this course is basically formative, but these are summative. So here are those rubrics, our syllabus, and then some general information. Please don't use Internet Explorer. Please use Firefox, use Chrome, use Safari. Internet Explorer does not work well with this version of Blackboard. So then here are our weeks. In week 4, instead of a midterm, we have the choice books. You will select one of the 3 options, and then you'll be doing a sales pitch. Now, we'll talk more about that in week 2, and there's a video on it in week 3. But you will craft a sales pitch. It can be a video, it can be a brochure, it can be a PowerPoint, it can be a Prezi. But there's the rubric. All right? No questions about it. And, of course, the discussion board. Crucial, crucial, crucial for this class. There are 8 conversations, 1 every week, except in week 2, there are 2, and the one in week 8 is not graded, so I'm not really counting it. But again, please go through that rubric. It is crucial. The 2 signature assignments, one in week 7, the other in week 8, those must be submitted to live text. I have open office hours every Monday, so please pop in, say hello if you have any questions. And honestly, my friends, I really am only an email away. So I truly, let's go back to start here because that's a good place to start. I look forward to working with you. Here's to a wonderful term, and I am excited to travel this journey with you.